First thing I want to make sure I get right
Uh,
is your name because I say Michael, but then I hear Michael, and I don't know if it's because of the accent.
well, it's Mical Teja.
Michael.
Yes.
Mical Teja.
All that. All that. You take that.
Now, I watched an interview with you, and you were speaking about where you came from,
Uh-huh.
and that you don't necessarily like two things. You don't like to call the home that you came from a single parent home, neither do you like to call the environment or the area that you came from a ghetto.
For sure.
Now, when you're writing songs, particularly DNA, which speaks about home, is these some of the emotions that you think in mind when your pen hits the paper?
That's a great question. Yes, most definitely. Because for me, it's focusing on the positives and highlighting things that could uplift where I'm from, uplift the environment. So definitely comes from that place.
And you have written songs for a number of artists.
Yeah.
Patrice Roberts, Mind Your Business.
Yeah.
You've also written for Marshall. How was it transitioning from a writer to now a headliner?
Uh-huh. Well, for me, it was never really a transition. I was always an artist, but it's just like expressing yourself differently through different avenues. So one will be writing a song. I am not necessarily a rum drinker, but I could write a rum song and it'll work for that particular artist who embodies that. So for me, it was always just expressing myself creatively with writing while still doing my artistic stuff because there's my style of doing things. So and I never really had to transition. It was always, there.
What would your advice be to artists that are trying to move more from the background into the forefront?
Um, as cliche as it may sound, I mean, you have to believe in yourself. I mean, nobody's going to believe in you unless you believe in you. So I think that's the first step, believing that you can come to the forefront and be what you want to be. So
And when it comes to your performances, because I've heard that you are an excellent performer,
I do my best. I do my best. I do my best. But thank you.
how do you? I was recently at a press conference, and with Caribbean music being on the rise throughout the world, one thing that artists are being more pressured into from the Caribbean is being able to have that stage presence. Some people feel like they need big pyrotechnics, a big band. What would you say to the artists that are struggling to find that stage presence?
Come to Trinidad and Tobago. I think Trinidad and Tobago is one of those places where it demands a high level of performance where artists are concerned. And I think that's why most of the soca artists have that level of high energy, high quality performance. I think we demand a lot. And I think that is that coming from Trinidad and Tobago, we groom the artists, sometimes not directly but indirectly, to be better and push themselves on stage. So I would say, come to Trinidad, we will help you.
So being a great performer runs in your DNA.
Definitely, definitely. I think you cannot be a Trinbagonian. I'll use it specifically for Trinidad and Tobago. You cannot be a Trinbagonian soca artist and not be able to perform. Like that's a big, big deal for us in Trinidad and Tobago, being able to carry the song and perform the song. So, yeah.
But sometimes when you aren't able to perform, and the artist is on stage, some artists may feel like they have lack of support from their people. But it sounds like in Trinidad and Tobago, you got to be on that stage. You got to be able to perform.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't perform, then it's like a balance. If you can't perform, then you may not get the support. And the support comes when you can't perform. So it's like a balance. They need something to support. They need that. So it's a balance.